Yeah, I don't like this door. Get out here, door. All right. Let's see if everything is good. All right. So let's start with can you hear me? And we'll go from there. And in the stream, we're gonna have some background music throughout the stream. Let's see here. Let's see here, man. I don't know. Actually, we could just put this on random, see what comes up. Turn that down. All right, so as that's doing that thing. So yeah, let me know if the microphone's picking up and if the music's too loud and annoying. And cuz there's really no way for me to test. I guess I'd have to have a setup downstairs and like run downstairs to see if it's actually working. I don't think the music is playing though. I don't know. Cannot see if it's playing. All right, let me see if it's. Cause I could hear it in my headphones. I just can't see it. All right, there it is. Put that down. All right, so just let me get this set up. So music's coming from there. Bring it down. All right. But now it's really loud in my headphones. Let's see. All right. Okay. That works. All right. So basically how this is going to go is I'm trying to get my bearings streaming, and I'm gonna be on for 1 hour, and then I'm gonna get off. It's really hard. It's like kind of like doing stand up. You're on stage, and you got your set time, and you can't get off. You just gotta sit up there and bomb. But it is what it is, and so in a way, you guys are kind of like guinea pigs, man. But yeah. All right. So one thing I was thinking like I could do a concert. I did one in Japan, like a live stream concert, Facebook. Of course, things. I mean, it went the way it went. Actually, let me come out of here. Cut that down like that. But yeah. So I was trying to set up like I mean I I guess I'm saying the same thing I said last week, but it's not the same. Like every time I try to like add videos to the stream, the whole thing just slows down. It's weird. Like it seems like if you're streaming from the computer, you can't do other apps. And I was in this uh, like this live stream beat making thing, and this dude he was having all these issues because he was like a guest host, and like he's trying to stream the videos and the music that the producers made, and it was like freezing and stopping. So it's not easy. I mean, he was all apologizing. So I'll apologize once. I'm sorry, but you just got to keep grinding. So Um, I don't know if anyone. I doubt there's anyone who's watching the videos that I post and on live stream. Because if you were doing that, that is something else. But well, it'd be appreciated. But the more or less the same thing. But this is live. We could interact. So this morning, right, when I was walking to go to the river, there was like all these police cars, and apparently, so I'm walking down there, and when I get down there, this guy, he's out there in like his robe, and he's just like, man, you're dressed too much. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what happened? He's like, yeah, there was like a massacre. 6 people got shot. And I was like, damn. So then I went the other way. I get home, and then I checked the news, and it was like no one got shot. It was just one person who was attempting suicide with a gun, but they ended up apprehending him, and you know, no casualties. But yeah, man, my area is kind of rough. But I guess everywhere is rough. Like Philadelphia, a lot of shootings there. New York, people are like dying in the subway, being pushed off. So it's just rough all over. I mean, this is the life we live in. But yeah. So I'll just keep repeating it because people are going to jump in, jump out. But I got a job. So I interviewed, I did a phone interview for a teaching job for kids who need help reading. And I interviewed on Monday. And she called me today, like, do you want the job? I'm like, yes. So now I don't know how this is going to work out because I'm also my dad's caretaker. So I don't know. But we'll figure it out. Or we won't. I don't know. But it's cool. It's something. And yeah. So as I said, man, the trick here, not even the trick, the task is to keep going for at least 1 hour. It's kind of like if you're working out, you just got to keep pushing even though you do your last rep because that's where you get your muscles, right? So this is kind of like that. You got to get comfortable with this kind of situation. So for the 2 people who are watching me, I'm talking to you. I have an audience of 2, and yeah, I appreciate. Like for me, if I was at a show and there's like 2 people in the audience, it used to freak me out because, if there's a crowd and you be like, everybody say ho, then everyone's like how. But if there's 2 people, it'd be like everyone says ho. They're all like, I'm not gonna say ho. And then they like, but I did a show in Osaka, right? It was hot. It was outdoors. It was like the event was in Osaka City, but they sent, I guess, the C level artists. I'm not a C level artist, but apparently there was more important artists than me. So they sent me like an hour and a half out of the city. So I'm at this mall plaza. Hey, what up, Scooby-Doo? Scooby-Doo. Actually, I had all that covered. I'm always here for everything. I appreciate that. So they sent me way out there. Way out there. And it's like a mall. Now it'd be dope if there was like people there. But there was like this old lady. I'm pretty sure I told this story. But there was like this old couple, and it's like really hot, and they're out there sweating. We had wireless mics, which is always cool. It means I'm not attached to anything. And we didn't have like a sound system. I mean, it's an outdoor event with a sound system that's not meant for like performances. It's more like a mall kind of amp speaker PA system. So my friend does his thing, and the old couple that was there, they clap. And then I get up there, and I'm like, if I knew it would have been like an older, like they were older, I would have like chose different tracks. But I had the tracks that were really meant for an indoor event. So I get out there and I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna make this the best show ever. And I'm like jumping around, jumping around. I got the wireless mic, so I run out to people coming out the store and I'm like rapping in their face, and they would stop, and I'm rapping at the kids, and they're like pulling on their mom. Hey, mommy, can we watch him? And I'm just like sweating and sweating. I mean, one part was because I brought a bunch of merch, and if I didn't give a show worthy of these people's attention, if I didn't hold them there, they would like walk away. So at the end of the show, the old couple, they came out. I felt bad because they were sweating. It was like, it wasn't shade. It was just like the sun was beating down on their heads. And they said, "Oh, I don't know what you were saying, but you gave a good show." And I'm like, yeah. I was kind of a little upset, man, because this show would have been great for indoor. So then I go back to Osaka for the main event, and I'm sitting there, and everyone's performing, mostly bands, but they're performing, and I'm kind of salty because you sent me out in the boondocks, and this is where I wanted to be. So then I hear them call my name, or they're giving out awards, and they're like, and this award goes to Ryman Gaijin for best freestyle. And then I kind of stand up and walk down there, and I was still feeling like what I should have done. I should have went up there, got my award, like this is the award, here you go, and started freestyle. Thank you for this award. I probably would have froze because it's on the spot, but thank you for this award. I'm sharp like a sword. I'm so happy to get it. Audience applause. I just went up there like, thank you. And then went back to my seat. And then I posted on Instagram, yeah, they gave me an award and didn't let me perform. I was a little salty. But yeah, I could have handled that much better. I guess one of my downfalls, of course, I'm not perfect, but one of my downfalls is showing gratitude. And you want to know how I started showing gratitude? It's not funny, but I guess it is. You know the show Big Mouth? Yeah, it's called Big Mouth on Netflix. A show about teens going through puberty. It's such a random show. Anyway, there's an episode where it was the gratitude toad or some shit like that. I don't know, but the way that they were able to succeed in that episode, they had to show gratitude, and it really stayed with me. I mean, I say thank you to people, but just really thanking them. So I'm going to practice right now. For the 6 people who are viewing, I want to thank you for tuning in. You don't have to stay the whole thing because people got shit to do. I get that. And in this iteration of this, whatever this is going to be, I'm not doing much except talking and shit. But I really appreciate it. So this morning when I woke up, I actually set a reminder on my app on my phone that when I wake up in the morning, I got to send out thank yous to all the people who bought my CD or bought my music or whatever this year. And I started sending them out. And it's not a form thing. Like I can't really connect the name to the email. So a lot of times I don't know who's on the other end of the email. So I just kind of, I start off with, thank you for supporting, buying, purchasing. I try to switch it up. And if there's a story that goes with it, I just be like, thank you for buying this. It meant a lot to me when I made this. I didn't want to put it out, but blah, 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 blah. And this morning, so I'm sending them all out. And I don't know if they happen to be if you happen to be in the stream, please like I don't know I don't know do some Morse code. I don't know, but someone wrote me like when it comes to YouTube and Bandcamp and PayPal, I don't get the emails. I mean, one because I disabled all notifications because I read in this one book that notifications are a distraction. Although I might say to y'all, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. But truly, those things are distraction. I mean, you be in the middle of something, like you're in the middle of doing something, your mind is focused, and then you hear a ping, and then you pick up your phone, and the next thing you start scrolling. The next thing, when you come back to whatever you were doing, you lost your momentum. So my sister-in-law emailed me the other day. She's going to Africa. She's from Africa, so she's going back to visit family. And she emailed me like at 4 or something saying, can she borrow one of my suitcases? But I didn't see it until like 6:30 because when I was working on music, I don't be picking up my phone. I'm making music with my phone, but I don't be going into anything that's going to distract me. But yeah. So distraction. But I sent the email. So someone sent me an email and I saw a blurb saying, "Yo, I recognize your freestyle. Your freestyles are dope. I'm also a freestyle artist." And that was like a really great freestyle. And they wrote some other stuff. I just saw the blurb and I'm like, all right, when I get back home, I think I was walking. So like when I get back home, I'm going to open it up and, So this morning I'm sending like emails to everyone who like purchased or bought whatever. And I see this email and I'm assuming it was him or her because I don't even know the gender of who's writing. And I send this email and I'm just like, I put, if this is the wrong email, my bad, but I'm like, it's probably the right email. So I'm like writing all this, yo, and I'm a freestyle and da-da-da-da. And then they email me back like, wrong email. But they were mad cool about it, because they did buy it. It was just the wrong. But so I'm trying to show gratitude for everyone and everything. Now it's hard because in my experience, people tend to be weird about, like, when I was working in Japan, there was a teacher who turned into the head teacher, who turned into like eventually he was in charge of all the teachers. He was, I don't know his position title, but he was the man. And, teachers in Japan, we tend to be kind of unruly. We just be like, why we gotta be here? Like, we know, like, we're all adults. And most of us been working at the same company. So we know how it goes, but we just want to get our money and we want to do as little work as possible and get paid. So we have these meetings and he has to deal with this. So after one meeting, I'm like, yo, man, I respect you. You're doing a great job. Now we're the same age. So he's just like, yeah, whatever. Like, it was just weird. It was weird. I said to someone, well, it's just weird. I guess it's weird because, one, I don't go around giving praise and gratitude to people. So if you're hearing it from me, it's probably the first time. But it's coming from my heart. Let's see. One of the models I work with, she was from Russia, right? And she I was working with her. This was around when I couldn't find models. So I was really happy that I found a model and we were doing like beach shoots, studio shoots, and what have you. So to show my gratitude, I bought every flavor of this chocolate, like 20 boxes, because she wasn't asking for money. So, I put us all together and I gave it to her. And she never talked to me again. Well, it wasn't because I gave her the box of chocolate and all that. It was more she found a boyfriend and she just kind of disappeared. That happens too. But yeah, I find, but either way, gratitude. So, um, 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 so I started my another YouTube channel where I it's mostly beats, making beat tutorials, and it's really weird because I'm like in the same way I'm making this live stream, and it's like I'm back at the bottom on the YouTube channel. I think I hit 110 subscribers, and it's great. I'm throwing out my gratitude. Thank you guys for subscribing. But it's just like it's a whole nother community of beat makers who within the within the group of people who make tutorial videos, they're like killing it. Like there's the top level, they're getting like I don't have any like this thing. So here's a push pad thingy. So when this comes out, they'll send it to the best or the most popular tutorial guys, and then they will get like a month to play around with it for free, and then they make their little video, and they just get a bunch of shit. Like there's this one dude, he uses a machine, and every 6 months they come out with a new color. So he got the blue one, the orange one, the black one, and I was joking, how many colors you got? But they're free or discounted. So I want to get to that level. Now there's a little caveat. You can't really shit on them. Now they're giving you a free thing, but I rather be in. There's this one guy. He's pretty unbiased. He'd be like, all right, from Georgia, Georgia. You know what I should do? But that might be weird too. I got some crazy allergies today, man. But actually, I don't know if I could do that. But I would like to meet and talk to the people who, I mean, if I recognize your emails and all that, but because that'd be cool. But it'd be weird. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm on now that I'm here in the same time zone. It'll be easier for most people. Some people probably live on the other side of the world or back in Japan. But man, if I were to look at my life, right? Music has always been kind of my North Star from as long as I could remember. Let's see. I bought a little cassette tape, and I used to make music with that. I used to just be in the house making music, kept me out of the streets doing stupid shit. While my friends were doing stupid shit, I was in the house making music. I went to college to pursue music, and then I went to Japan to rap over there. Ended up there for 15 years. In Japan, I climbed Mount Fuji to rap on top. I broke the Guinness record, which helped because it was a charity event because of music. I got a drone so I could take pictures of myself or videos of myself doing music. I ended up doing photography. Can I confirm I got the mail? Can confirm I got the mail. All right, thank you. See, I don't even I know who you are, but I don't know your email. But yeah, that's what's up. But thank you. I'm thanking you once again. But music has always been, in fact, every girlfriend I had, not every, not so much America, but in Japan, every girlfriend I had was related to music. Ayaka was because I was at this party, embassy party. Embassy parties are crazy. Not that people go to them, but this was an embassy party for the UA. I didn't even know where the UA, am I UE? Emerald United Emirates? I don't know. But it was an embassy party at that embassy, and it was just a bunch of kids. It was raining, so they're just tracking mud everywhere. I got out my camera with the DV tapes, that old school. I'm taking a video so I could make some kind of video with it, and then I see this girl, and I asked her, "Hey, you want to be in my video?" She's like, "Okay," and then we ended up going out. Um, my other girlfriend, I guess that's you want to be in my video. It works. But I was, I really wanted them to be in a video, and they did. I started YouTubing because you get the point. Music has always, but being home, I kind of lost that in a sense. I mean, I found it. So you saw I was posting me rapping, going over there, and I spend most of my days sitting in this room, working on music, learning programs, apps, and trying to, get better at my craft. So I would have to say music, the album I dropped, Music is My Therapy, that wasn't like wasn't facetious. I don't know what that word means, but I do believe I'm using it correctly. Facetious. I learned it in high school, not high school, junior high school, because there's this girl named Felicia, and I read it in the dictionary, Felicious, like Felicia. But yeah, man, music. I saw, I saw, I saw this thing online that it was basically saying the music landscape has changed. The era of super producers is over. Which, what stays the same? I guess, but the way he broke it down was, I mean, it was scary in a sense. Like, there was a time when if you were a super producer, you can charge like $8 billion. But now that's not really happening because Old Town Road, it went diamond. That beat, he bought it for like, what, $25? Panda, that beat I think he bought for $29.95. I don't think they received royalties from those mega hits. And it's nice. So things have changed. I was in a jail. Yes, you were. You were the only person who was, wait, there was me, of course, my girlfriend at the time. There was you. Yeah. And I saw your Homesick shirt on that. Homesick. Homick. Homesick. Can I want to go back home? That's an interesting song. Because although I was homesick, you saw that I stayed out in Japan for 15 years. I wasn't that homesick. I'm actually sick of being home. But yeah. That was a dope. I mean, every song I would say 98% of every song I wrote has meaning, significance, and they were special to me. Now, I'm working on this new album, right? And it's the idea, the concept. Well, one, I mean, Kanye didn't copyright the concept, but I'm gonna name it after my mother, who passed away. Her middle name. But I don't want it. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna use that title for this project, but the album, it won't be rap. Like, it's just gonna be some eclectic. Like, I might be rapping on it, but I wanted to sound something like like just some random heavy effects on the vocals. You can't tell if it's up or down. The only thing holding it together would be the theme. Because I never did this, and I'm at this point now where things are just really, like, my nephew came over the other day, and I was, experimenting with some modular synths, making some. The sound that it was making was that's how it sounds. And I'm like, man, I could make a beat out of anything. He's like, I don't know what he said. Like, really? I was like, yeah. So I recorded it, put it into Ableton. It looped. I found the key because I use this application called Scalar, and then I found the key and I played some chords. I threw the drum, and boom, done. It took like 3 seconds. But I want to do something that like the sound of I don't hear the sound of a Rubik's Cube twisting, and then turn that into a symphony. Now, I don't know who the album is for, because you're supposed to make music for an audience. Although I never subscribed to that, but if I'm in Japan and I'm rapping about being a teacher and dating and living in Japan and being a black guy, it would appeal to a lot. It would appeal to a demographic of people who want to come to Japan. But this album, the sounds of, I don't know who is gonna really get down with that. But it doesn't matter because I want to do this, and why not? It could be an album like you'll never like you don't. I don't know. Maybe this is the album that succeeds, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's the album that gets me Chance the Rapper. Like, I don't like it, but yeah. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Super excited. And my house, we don't have air conditioners in my house. I mean, we do have air conditioners. We have two, but they're not installed, and they probably won't be installed. And it's kind of cool because it's July, so we got 6 more weeks until September. And my house is like cold. Like downstairs, it's really cool. Up here, it's a little bit hot. But it's, I'm not dancing around, so I'm good. But yeah, man. Yeah. So yesterday, right? Maybe all right. So I promise you, each week I will get a little better. Baby steps, little steps. But actually, here's a complaint. I got a lot of complaints. So actually, we'll start with this. So yesterday I was gonna go to the store, Wegmans. It's like a fancy shopping center for food, a fancy food store. And if you know Walmart, it's a step up from Walmart. Different people shop there, different demographics, and I like to go there because it's different. Anyway, so I was working on music, and I put a Coca-Cola can in the freezer because I wanted it super cold. I go downstairs and I take the Coca-Cola can and I put it in the refrigerator. The refrigerator, because I don't want it to get frozen. You got to time it, because if you wait too long, it'll be frozen. You can't drink it. Anyway, I go out and I see that some people have parked me in. Like, they're like, basically, there's no space between their car and my car on the front end and on the back end. Now, here's the thing. When I parked in there, I parked all the way up to right where the yellow line is. That means the person who parks behind me, they get, like, it's a one-person spot, but they'll have enough space to get in there. When I came out, someone parked on the other side of the yellow don't park. So they're like illegally parked, and they parked me in. And the person behind me, which had all this space, they parked so close to me. So I get in the car and I'm just like, now I've been home for 7 months, so I'm better at driving and all that. When I first came home, I couldn't drive for shit because I haven't driven in 15 years. So I come out and I'm trying to back up, boom. Now I'm moving slow, but I bump them, right? And I'm like, shit. And I look around to see if anyone saw me, and I'm just like, shit. And then I get out the car and I go stand on the porch, and I'm just waiting for this person to like get out, one of them. And then I go inside and I'm up by the window just looking. just looking. And then I'm like, you know what? It's not that important. You can wait. But it's just like, why they gotta park so close? Like if, and then I thought if I was that kind of guy, I would like take a hammer and like, but that wouldn't make any sense. So I'm just sitting there, and then I'm like, all right, let me use this time to like watch some tutorial videos on this app. So I think an hour and a half went by, and then finally I look out, and the car was gone. So I jump out and I go on my way, but it's just ridiculous. Or the other issue is if you park under trees, like I don't remember this growing up. I don't remember this. But if you park underneath a tree, when you come out, there's all this like tree fecal matter. I don't tree sap, and it's just like this sticky, like you can feel it. Like you can like if you're walking on the pavement, you can like feel your foot getting stuck to something, and it just like covers your car like it's like painted with this. And if you try to do the windshield wiper things, it's like it goes. It's disgusting. And I was like, every day it's like it's gonna rain, but it never rained, and I wasn't gonna go to no freaking car wash, and I don't think my dad would let me fill up buckets of water to wash the car, and I ain't trying to use recycled water to. So I'm like, please rain, and finally it rained like a week and a half later. So I don't want to park under the just stupid trees. I guess the reason why it didn't happen when I was growing up, these trees weren't even like old enough to be doing that. They're still little babies. Now they're grown and peeing all over the cars and shit. Shit's annoying. Shit's annoying, man. Um, I'm just throwing it out there because I'm curious. Are any of you watching the January 6th hearings? Like, is that on your radar? Like you have it set, and when they come on, you're sitting down there taking notes, or just like, yeah. I guess there's people because my dad's always watching the news and whatever, but they're like, I don't know. They gave a number. A lot of people are watching it, but my feeling of like I don't talk politics, but my feeling is in general, aren't lawyers and politicians, don't they lie anyway? Like, isn't that the kind of stereotype? So to sit there and watch them be like, I do not recall, I do not remember, or to hear them, yeah, and I told him to get the hell out of there. My God. But yeah, I'm just curious, is anyone watching that? Yeah. Yo, check this out. We have 46 minutes. We made it. But like I forget his name, but he was a stand-up comedian. I want to say Martin Sheen. No, that's not him. That's not it. He was in a movie with Queen Latifah. He has white hair. Martin. Charlie Martin. I forget his name, but I read his book. I don't know how I stumbled on it, but I found it. And he was saying in the beginning when he was doing his stand-up comedy, he didn't have a stand-up comedy. He would just get on stage and talk. And the crowd, they didn't know what they're getting. So the situation was the owner's like, we need someone to be here. And I'll pay you $25 a night to be here. You get an hour. And every night he would come out there and do his thing. He would juggle. He would play the ukulele. He would do magic tricks. And he would hone his skills every night. So this, for me, this is what it is. I got to hone my skills. Now talking, I could talk. Clearly, I could talk. But I guess it's more on I need to get more engagement. So I don't know what I guess I I don't even know, but I need to power through, which I'm doing. But I want to add more tech, but I don't know how this computer is working because it's just weird. The minute I open something up and I'm streaming, it gets really slow, freezes. But yeah. What's his name? Kardashian's Kanye West's ex-wife, Pete. Um, I saw a clip on him today on YouTube, and same thing. When he started doing stand up when he was 16 or something, and he just would be doing it. So the trick is you just got to keep doing it, and you got to keep doing it, keep going. Some examples of that: when I was doing the 365, there were days when I didn't want to do it. In fact, there's raps where I'm like, I don't want to do this. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. But I kept doing it. And every day just pushing through. And finally, when I hit 365, I had a body of work that people are like, wow, I don't know how you did it. And they're all like impressed and blah, blah, blah. But it was just pushing through. Pushing through. I feel if you're watching the whole time and you're pushing through, I think that's the takeaway from all this. You just have to push through. Like my situation, I go on about it. But push through, because in a week, like when I had my wisdom teeth taken out a couple weeks ago, it sucked the first week because they're all like sore and I couldn't eat shit. And then next week, and the next week, and then after there was no pain, my teeth just felt different. Like I would eat. What do you miss working in Japan? Money? I was working and getting a paycheck. No, I guess after living in Japan and working and pushing through, I figured out a system. Like that's what I miss. I had a system. So I knew if I didn't like this job, I knew that I could tell them, listen, man, I'm not going to do what you're asking because I know and you know that I've been here long enough. There's nowhere that's going to turn me down because I'm good at what I do. And I know that you're not going to find anyone to replace me. So I had that kind of swagger. Now, I'm not rude, or I'm just saying that's what it was. So when I went to an interview, it's like, yeah, I've been doing this for like 15 years. And they're like, fine, you're hired. So I miss that. I miss my kids. I mean, American kids are probably cute and adorable too, but Japanese kids, they never seen a foreigner, or they seen them on TV. So going into a classroom and it's the first time they see me, and it's just like that, oh, I don't know what to do. And then by the end of the classroom, like, oh, I love you. And then when it's speech time, they're all crying, I'm going to miss you. Like, I miss that. I don't recall crying over teachers in America. When a teacher disappeared, it was just like, and who's coming back or who's next? I miss that. Yeah. I miss my coworkers. I mean, the whole thing is, it's not like I mean, the original plan was going to be this. It was going to be, all right, I'm getting a little tired of Japan because I was feeling that way. I'm going to go back to the States for a little bit, maybe a year or so, to hang out with my parents because I want to spend some time with them. And then I'm going to come back to Japan and blah, blah, blah. That was the plan. That was the game plan. All right. I was thinking of coming back in April because that's when the new school year starts. And, yeah, just kind of refresh. Because I'm pretty sure when I would have came home, I would have realized how quickly, Japan sucks and I don't like these things, but I definitely don't want to be here. And I would have went back and had a new purpose. But yeah. So that's my long-winded way of answering the question. But yeah. So we're at 7 minutes until I'm going to be out. Exactly at 7 minutes, because I'm working on. I told someone, they asked me if I would collaborate with them, and I told them I will send you the rap on Wednesday. Now, technically, Wednesday ends at 11:59 p.m., but I want to record it now, sleep on it in the morning, send it out. But it's pretty cool. Like, he's in Berlin. His name's Mark. He makes beats, whatever. And, he's currently going through the 365 tape. It's on Bandcamp. It's free. But he's going through it, and he reached out and he's like, "Yo, can we collaborate? Can you drop some lyrics on my project?" And I'm like, "Sure." And he sent his track over. Like, he did it right, man. He asked, like, it was a one email. "Hi Matt, how you doing? Sorry about your mom." 'Cause I wrote an introduction saying all that. He's like, "If you are able to, can you jump on this track?" He sent the track, and he sent like the part where I should rap on. So it's like the work's done already. I had people sending me tracks where I had to loop it myself, and I had to find a tempo. Like, he gave me the tempo. Now I could do all this, but so I was able to. The first line was something like I was just. So the first line was, "I meant musically, what artists you miss working with?" But great answer. All right, let me ramble on about this, and I'll stumble back into that. Well, actually, I could answer that. I didn't work with many artists when I was in Japan because I'm an oddball. Well, like I just explained, this guy, right, Mark, never met him. He's in Berlin, Germany. He asked if I want to work with him. He sent the track. He sent the idea that he was going for. He sent the download link in a link that is not a Google link. So you just click it and it downloads. And I already wrote the verse for it. Verse being, as the world spins and as the track is swirling and as the world spins, I dropped the rap from Pennsylvania. The track came from Berlin. This collab with Mark and Matt, it'll probably surprise you. You have never seen these named together except in the Bible. The way I craft works and my flow be calm, but the mind is racing like I'm on the Autobahn. Now, maybe you don't know Kraftwerk, but Kraftwerk is a group from Germany, from Berlin. So, like, all that's just flowing out of me. Now, in Japan, right, people would be like, "Yo, I want to work with you. I want to work with you. I want to work with you. I want to work with you." They just keep going on. I'm like, "All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it." And they say, "I want to work. I want to work with you. I want to work with you." I'm like, "Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it." And it never happened. Like, there was this one guy, I see him at every show, and every show, "Man, like, after I get off the stage, like, I want to work with you. I want to work with you. I want to work with you." And I would send him an email like, "All right, let's do it." And he's like, "Okay, I'm going to send you the tracks." And months would go by, and I'd run into him in another event, and he'd be like, "I want to work with you." And then I'm like, "Dude." At one time, he's like, "I'm going to send you the track." And I'm like, "All right." And I'm waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And then I seen him. He's like, "Yo, I sent you the track." And I'm like, "No, you didn't." He's like, "I did." And he's like arguing with me. And then he comes back, "Yeah, I didn't send it." Then when he does reach out to me, it was during COVID when everyone's stuck in the house. I'm like, "Nah, I'm not, too much." Let me see here. My favorite day was the one on the stairs with the graffiti like the rake 112-2018. That track, I mean, these all fit together, man. That track, I'm just odd. I wanted, because I know a lot of singers and other creatives, and I wanted more vocals. I wanted more collaboration. And I woke up that morning, I was just like the hook goes, "It would be nice if I had vocalists to sing my songs." And then, and I say, "But I'll do it myself." And then I made a whole production of me doing it by myself. The track was nice, but that's how it was. I mean, the few times collaborations worked was if it was a freestyle or if it was my thing. Come to my studio or come to the studio, and so I don't really miss working. All right, but that's again the long way around. I miss working with David Whitaker. You seen him? He was on TV with me. I miss working with Mommy Sue. At the time, we kind of went our ways, but in reflection and hindsight, it was a great thing. Like I wrote some of her songs. It is what it is. But if in another realm, another reality, if that song would have went platinum or whatever, I would have got a little credit. Written by Ryman. I miss working with Fizz. That was her stage name. We only did one song, but that song was hot. Right when former President Obama got elected, I'm like, hot like personas and Obamas and piranhas. I think everyone used those words together. Homesick was with the group. So David, Jay, and Ray. That was again another reality. That shit would have we just had there was no one doing I don't know what it is now. I mean now there's more groups of people who are sticking together out there in Tokyo doing their thing, but there wasn't many power groups back then. All right, let me see this because I cannot read. Somewhere in there. The photographer day. But yeah, man. Yeah. But yeah. That's a chapter in my life that is not closed, but now we're starting a new chapter. For now. But yeah, as I said, I'm going to be here for an hour. I hit that hour, and I'm going to try to work on the song for my friend in Berlin. And I want to thank you guys for rocking with me. And my lights, they're battery powered, and they died, so that's why I'm all in the dark. But I think next week I'm going to set up all the lights, and it's going to be all looking all fancy. And yeah. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate Mommy Sue, still a star. I mean, I'm trying to get out of here. But on that note, what I could say about Mommy Sue, I always end up talking about it because she always comes up. But you know how the American Idol, I don't know if you watch it. I was watching it because it was on the TV. I don't watch it, but when the people came through, some people, they were already a star. They just had that air about them. They came in and they lit up the whole room. I don't have that. I have something else. But Mommy Sue had that. I've seen it many times. She comes into a room and she just, I have to work for it. People, I'm the underdog. People do not give me the benefit of the doubt. And I do what I do to make them, it doesn't really matter, but if I were to say, yeah, I could freestyle, and it's really? You could freestyle? Why would you doubt me? What did I do to you to make you think that I'm a liar? But people lie, right? And then I might start off really slow. He says, I'm not a freestyler. I'm about to get $1. Now look at your face. You didn't expect to say holler, but you didn't say holler yet. If I punch you in, and he's like, holler. And see, I could. And then he's like, yo, props. But why'd I got to do all that? But that's the position that I'm always in. I got to prove. The photography thing. I tell yeah, I do photography. Really? And then I show him the picture, and it's just oh, wow, you're. But Mommy Sue, she had that kind of. A lot of people I've met in Japan, they just have it naturally. And then on American Idol, it's you can't teach that. Yeah, I saw that. at your show at the retirement home. At the retirement home. Retirement home. I'm getting old. Retirement home. Retirement. I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember. But yeah, some people have. I guess what it is, I wasn't meant. Like, I fall into the group, right? The group of. There's some people who everyone knew they're going to be famous and they kind of put all their eggs in that basket and they like push for them and they just, they follow them. I was the kind of ugly duckling. People don't really expect me to do what I do, so they're not watching for me. And then when it's like, oh, you broke the Guinness record. Yeah, I did that because no one's watching for me. It's like this weird thing. Like right now being home, I can't say 100%, but no one is watching me at home. Like all the people who know that I rap and all the people who know that I'm back. My bad, it was your recent show. But yeah. So it's a weird thing. I think I would be like a Tyler the Creator. Like, remember when he came out? You remember when what's that guy's name? And another one, when he's like, ain't nobody listen to your weird music. Like, that's the camp I'm from. But did you ever feel that you were meant to be famous? How could you excuse what you do not feel? I mean, that's a great question. But it's complicated. Well, not saying it's complicated, but who is meant to be? I was going to get philosophical. In my, I said I was going to. Well, if the questions keep coming, I'm gonna keep talking. But the concept, I don't know how to rap. There's no way for me to. All right, I'm gonna try my best to take all that and make a succinct statement. All right, so the idea, fake it till you make it, that's a concept where some people, they don't believe that they're whatever, but they get into that space and they're like, I believe it, and I believe it, and they go on thinking that, and then people, wow, they really look like they are, and then so you kind of lie until it happens. I don't do that. I'm more of the, I'm gonna do it till I can't do it. Like my confidence comes from I did it. Like if you ever see me, I always having a Rubik's Cube here. I can solve it now in like I can solve it every time. But speed wise, when I was trying to go for speed, I hit like a minute and 35 seconds. So when I say I could solve it, that is confidence if I say a rap. But celebrityism, I don't want that. Like I don't like people in my business. Now you say, but you're making these videos and you, yeah, I know. But I want to get in, do my thing, get to reap the rewards, and then get out. But there's different. I'm rambling because people do this in real life. They ask me a question like this. I don't sit there and write these things down, so I can't answer it. But at the end of the day, the day ends. So there's my answer. But there's a dude. I always bring him up, but there's a dude. His name is Frank Dukes. That's his stage name. He makes sample packs, and this man, his sample packs are in like famous songs that were on the radios in the 2000s. Even now, he's still whatever. And like this song, because I bought his sample packs, and I was listening to the track, and there was a song that's like I'm sorry, but it meow meow, and I'm like, I heard that before. Where did I hear that? And then meow meow, like I'm Dennis Fannin 10 out, Venus in the catch me at the let out, Fannis and the patch me. Like is that it? And then I go home and I check the the credits, and it was that sample. But no one's running around Frank Dukes unless you're within the sample community. But that dude is famous. But he's not famous. Like, you could be infamous. So I don't want to be famous. Like, I don't want to get awards like that. I just, get my little. I'm still working on it. Because there's another reality. I could be happy making music for myself, putting out the projects that I do. That's cool. And then, or my projects I don't know, it could go either way. I cannot see. I need glasses, man. Do you know how many train of thought videos there was? Train of thought, train of thought, train of thought, train of thought, train of thought. Man, the guy. There's a guy on, I think his name is Nednar or something like that. And like he'll meet with artists and he'll like pull out their first album that they made in high school, and they'd be like, how do you know this? And he's like, I did my research. So I feel like all these questions, because what I do, I've been doing this all my life. When things like, it'd be like this. If you have a girlfriend and when you're together, it's all you and her, lovey-dovey, whatever. And then when you break up, you put all their stuff in a box. Maybe you throw it away. Maybe you put it in storage. So I mentally do that with stuff. Yeah, that guy. Like if I was on the show, he's like, so, and he pulls out a rhyming Gaijin headphones. I'm like, how did you get that? He's like, I have my ways. I mean, it's weird. Well, I mean, he's playing up his weirdness, but I mean, a lot of I think he buys it. I think he goes to that person's neighborhood and he's like, hey, can I get this stuff? And he researched. But at one point, all my friends from my neighborhood, they kept my first releases and my first projects and first this. And they would always say, yeah, when you get famous, I'm going to sell it. But I'm pretty sure they started to throw them away now. Because there's an expiration date. It's kind of like women, they say women should be married and have kids by this time. Dudes kind of have a different time thing, but but in general, there's these, by this date, stop doing whatever you're doing, but whatever. It is what it is, because that's just what it is, But yeah, man. Yeah. But yeah. All right, so we're going to try this again. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate, and I'll be here next Tuesday doing not the same thing. We're going to tweak it, baby steps. I apologize. I got allergies. My nose is all weird and shit. Gonna get I'm about to sneeze. Woo! Wow. But yeah. Wow, I don't want to sneeze on thing. Because your sneeze face is never pretty. Ain't nobody have a cute sneeze face. It's horrible. I don't want to have my horrible sneeze face. But yeah. Let me get ready to get my hand on this button. So when I was doing teaching in Japan, we were doing the online teaching. And when it was time to like end the class, we both would be fumbling because, it's an adult student and it's me, and it's all like, how do we get out of there? We're all like tapping on the screen, and it's like, all right, goodbye. You still here? It's like, shit. I would be like unplugging the computer because it was just random like that. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate every one of you, and I hope that your week is blessed. And yeah.